Hey guys, Alex here, and today we are unboxing the brand new Cooler Master case, the Masterbox MB500. We've literally just got this in today, so what we're going to do is we're going to open up and see what's inside. So let's start off at the front of the case. As you see, right in the middle there is the power button. To the right of it is two 3.0 USB slots. To the left of the power button you've got a microphone jack and a headphone jack, and as well you've got a little reset button there as well if you ever need to reset your PC. You've also got a Cooler Master logo at the front, and you've also got some shrouds there to where the fans go to make sure the cold air comes in through to the case. So as you can see from the tempered side glass panel, you can see there's a Psu shroud just going along the bottom, so you can easily fit in some PSUs that can help with any cable management you may need to make sure the case is looking nice and clean. The idea of being nice and clean is very important. There's quite a lot of space in this case. You can fit a CPU cooler at a maximum height of 160 millimeters. You can have a GPU at maximum length of 400 millimeters, and you can have a PSU with a maximum length of about 180 millimeters. So there's a lot of space to make sure your build can easily fit into this case with support for micro ATX, mini ATX, and normal ATX motherboards. The case is designed with thermals in mind. The cold air comes in from the front and exits from the top and to the rear. There's 3 fans pre-installed into the computer. There is one at the rear, it's a 120mm fan, and there's also 2 at the front, they're also 120mm fans. At the front there is support for 3 120mm fans, 2 140mm fans, or if you want, one 360mm radiator. At the back there's only support for one 120mm fan, but also support for 120mm radiator. At the top, there is support for 2 120mm fans, but there's no fans at the top included in the case. The fans are also RGB, so they can match your, for example, RGB motherboard, RGB graphics card, or RGB RAM. They can be controlled through the motherboard, but if you don't have a motherboard header to support these RGB fans, there's a little controller coming in with the case to make sure they are always turned on and looking great. So there's only 2 screws at the top of the tempered side glass. You literally just use a screwdriver, take them off. Be careful of the little washer. There's a little rubber washer in there just so it connects onto here, and it literally pops off smoothly. I'm going to put that to one side as it's very fragile. Make sure you don't lose your screws. And as you saw, there's a little rubber footing in either ends of the tempered side glass to make sure the screws fit in smoothly, snugly, and don't damage any of the glass. As you can see little standoffs to the ATX motherboard, the micro ATX, and the mini ATX motherboards. And if you can see slightly here, there's a few holes, little gaps, just so you can run some cable management coming from the Psu shroud at the bottom. Removing the side cover on the case is much simpler than the tempered side glass. You literally screw it off. You may need a screwdriver to get it started with, but I've just be careful whenever they come off. So you've got one here, and you've got one at the bottom, and it's literally sliding it off, popping it, and then taking that one to one side as well. So on the side you can see all the wiring for the RGB fans, so you can see they're all connected. I'm not going to touch this, I don't want the fans to break on me, that would be terrible, but they all come through into this one simple cable that you can put into your motherboard. Also in the Psu shroud, as you can see, there is support for your USB 3.0 headers and also other I/O at the front. So you've got your hard drive light, you've got your power LED positive and negative, your reset button, and your power button. There's also support for HD audio at the bottom, but if I move the cable slightly, and not cause any damage to them, you can see there is support for your hard drive mounting bays just by the Psu slot. At the top and the bottom of the case, there is this fine dust filter. The one on the top easily just connects back to the case using a series of magnets that go around the edge, but the one at the bottom, you've got a bit of wiggle room on it, but I wouldn't suggest moving it at all. However, there is no dust filter at the front of the case where the cold air is coming through, and there's none at the rear where some of the hot air escapes from. Coming in at £70, I think this case is great. There's a lot of space for anything you need in this case. There's a lot of different mounting points for your hard drives, and there's also the addition of a tempered side glass so you can look into the case. It's quite solidly built as well, and it is quite light as well. I can literally lift it quite simply without any worries. So if you're looking for a case that's light, it's got RGB, good thermals as well, and RGB, most importantly, go for this case. We've also got a build coming in this case very shortly onto the channel, so make sure you keep your eyes open for that one. Make sure you subscribe and you've got the notification icon so you know as soon as the video goes live. Anyway, I've been Alex, enjoy the rest of your day and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.